It's the place to be, you're gonna get to know. Restaurants and movies appear, amusement parks and ocean piers, boardwalk built and loved by family. Atlantic City's face, a changing place, time to lead the way. You want to see the old become the new, remember yesterday. Rolling chairs and trolley cars, Ferris wheels and movie stars, boardwalk built and loved by family. Atlantic City, my hometown. Atlantic City, world's playground. Atlantic City star shines near and far, you can see its glow. You get some sand in your shoes, shells in your hand, it's the place to go. Beauty pageants and parades, cotton candy taffies made, boardwalk built and loved by families. Atlantic City, my hometown. Atlantic City, world's playground. Atlantic City, my hometown. Atlantic City, world's playground.
Hello and welcome to the Postcard Show at WWAC TV 53, Channel 20 this week. Listen, we'd like to let you know that we're sponsored by TV Atlantic, who gives us an ad. Greg Weintraub and Company gives us an ad gratis in TV Atlantic. It's more than just a TV guide, it's an information guide, and he puts that ad and bigger in his magazine. Has a lot about dining and sports and other things. It's of great interest. And
the channel's going to change.
John wants me to point out, and so does the station, that Channel 20 on suburban Atlantic City area will be going to Channel 22. That means a better reception, a stronger feed for the people in the Atlantic City area. Throughout South Jersey, I might add, and let you know, that the Postcard Show is on Werner, will stay on 14. On Shore Cable, it'll stay on 51. On Garden State Cable, it'll go to 62, stay there. And Comcast, 61 and 62. So if you want to learn about Atlantic City history, this is a television show that features Atlantic City postcards every Sunday, 10:30 a.m. throughout the rest of the year and into '99. And that's what this station has to offer.
And you have to pick up a TV Atlantic to get the listings and follow along and start your VCRs, because we're going to show you pictures of Atlantic City that you've never seen before. Now, what we plan on doing at the end of every one of these shows, or at the beginning and at the end possibly, is show you a clip of Atlantic City's old movies, old-time movies. So, well, this is the show that portrays postcards, and it's hosted by Joseph Palolo and John Palolo, as you may know. It's 28 straight minutes of talk and samples of postcards about the Atlantic City scene from 1889 to present. In the early years,
depicts the development of the famous boardwalk, the beach, the piers, the trains, the lifeguards. It's all chronicled on this postcard show throughout South Jersey. To get the correct channel and find out the good times, check your TV cable listings throughout South Jersey, because this is the world's famous playground, and we are featured in TV Atlantic. Quick word on postcards. The first picture postcard was brought to Atlantic City by Carl Volker Sr. 1893. He owned the seaside resorts, and postcards have taken off all over the world as greeting cards to this date. John?
Now what we'd like to do is give everybody a treat. We found an old movie called Convention Girls. It goes with today's show because we're going to show all the pictures taken by Lita K. Hall. And here's the clip for you. We're going to talk over it. Here's the water show that you probably all remember. And we're just going to watch it. This is the guy that used to do the flag, what were they called, the diving collegians? And this particular act showed at the end of the pier. This is in the early 20s and 30s.
As it was when we were in the 50s. Here's her with no denture, not using her dentures.
And polygrip there was.
You bet. That's polygrip and a half.
There's Jake French.
Nanette, his wife, Arnett, I mean, and the water show going right through the pier.
That's our tribute to Jake, and there you are. If you ever remember going to the water show, there's where you came in and you took a seat.
Well, that's similar to the movie Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken.
That's what it is.
Is that movie clip?
No, this is a clip from Convention Girls.
Similar scene, exact scene from the movie, what, 30 years later?
One's in color. This is in black and white. This is
the water show.
Like the late 20s. And they still do this right in front of the Tropicana right now.
Right. Motorcycles inside a gate net.
Right. This should bring back memories for a lot of people. Whoever went out to the water circus, they used to call it.
At the end, what was it, 1,400 feet at sea?
Right.
A quarter mile at sea. It's a steel pier.
That's how you got your seat out there. Not only that, they had the clown act with the low-diving jackass and a few other people. And then you had the diving horse as well.
All for one low admission.
Yeah, I think when we were kids it was like 35 cents or $1. And you went on the pier, you went out to this here, you went to the ballrooms, the music halls, and this is what the steel pier was all about.
Tony Grant's and the fun house.
Here we go. Here's a shot for everybody. The 1920s. Then it got bigger in the 30s and the 40s, the 50s.
The high diving horse. And it was very high, by the way. You ever go up on a roof and try to get off?
Well, in future clips, I have the horse coming out of here sideways and flopping on the girl.
Oh.
A big accident. There it goes.
All right, look at that,
it is.
man.
And then they, of course, when you came to Atlantic City, you had to take a ride on the boardwalk.
What, in a rolling chair?
In a rolling chair, so you had to go out and take a rolling chair ride.
Life will be peaches
and cream. There's the 20s.
That is actually it, isn't it?
Isn't that the way it was? 1920s on the boardwalk, the Steel Pier Marine Ballroom in the background. Texaco, you can see.
Boy, that's the way to go, on the rolling chair.
And that was a clip from the Convention Girls.
Oh, isn't that nice?
That was
reminisce on that.
Reminisce on that, anyone that's in their 60s or 70s. And then we're going to show a clip, possibly every show, of whatever show we're doing, a clip of that era at the time. Now, the show we're doing today is Lita K. Hall, and should come back to us right around now.
There it is. Hello. I'm growing my beard back.
Now we'll do the Lita K. Hall show. This is Lita on the beach.
Hello.
That was the winning boat in the races.
Nothing new about advertising in the back of the boat, 1919, 1920.
Right.
We're going to continue through. Look at that shot, how they used to line the cars.
There's a shot.
The rolling chairs up along the rail, and we have found our first photograph with what significance here?
This train moor is under construction. The top 6 floors are still under construction there while Lita K. Hall and her friends are sitting along the boardwalk in rolling chairs, and you can see the top of the train moor is incomplete. It's not finished yet, and then here it is finished.
There's the major shot of the Trainmore Hotel from a distance, and then from a close-up on the beach. Very nice.
That's how she looked.
Everybody down there in their clothes. They only went swimming at the high tide. Here's the entire shot.
There's the entire completed shot.
I'll just move it down just a sec. There you go.
There it is.
There's the Trainmore. No longer with us. May she rest in peace. Remember the day they blew that off? It's Controlled Demolition, Inc.?
That's outside the Traymore. That's what it looked like.
Going by the front door, right?
That's right.
And this may be Whitey Levan himself. He used to do this, didn't he? Sell newspapers?
Whitey used to sell the newspapers down there.
Whitey Levan's going to be featured in our next show, I believe.
Here it says postcards on the right.
Yeah, and with me growing my beard back, you could say this is me looking over the postcard collection.
All right, the garden pier in the background.
Check it out. He's got one of them things you have to use there.
That's a magnifying glass. That's what you need. There he's in front of the Underwood typewriter, in front of the garden pier. Here it is, says over here, Underwood.
How about dancing on the beach?
That's where they would dance on the beach at States Avenue. So anybody that knows States, there's $1 Million Pier in the background.
Hello. On the rail.
That's
Garden
actually,
pier.
to tell you what that is, just for real quickness, that's right where the edge of this letter is, right there.
Oh.
Right there, okay?
That's nice. And similar from a distance, back in the camera.
All right, that's where it is. There's the breakers and the St. Charles on your left, and a shot from Steel Pier.
And the boardwalk.
This is where Lita must have lived above the Virginia Theater here.
That's the marquee.
That's the marquee of the Virginia Theater, and there's the Virginia Avenue and Maryland Avenue pavilions.
And the Republicans in the
There's
water.
the circus elephants being bathed outside Garden Pier.
And horses on the beach was a great feature in Atlantic City.
Look at that shot. Isn't that great? $1 Million Pier in the background, Captain Young's house.
So you could do rolling chairs, you could do horses, you could do airplanes.
You could go and take an airplane ride in the inlet.
Pay 15, what's it say, $15, 2 for 25.
All right, there's how it landed coming in from New York. It scooted right up onto the beach.
Tremendous airplane
There's a close-up.
That's why they needed Bader Field.
All right, they had to go down to Bader Field.
First commercial airport with commercial passenger service.
This is Pennsylvania Avenue and the
Under
boardwalk.
construction.
And they're digging the street end, they're making it and constructing it, and the horse is rebelling against this gentleman here.
Hello.
All right, you can see the seaside in the background.
Nice shot.
There's a Steel Pier night shot in the rain from the top of Lita K. Hall's apartment over the Virginia Theater.
Here's 1919 with the local name on the window.
There's the Charles Klein shop up on the bulwark around Maryland, and what she's doing is walking with a mechanical doll that walked along with you.
That's not a real babe?
Yeah. There's a guy selling balloons on the boardwalk.
That's a kid. Selling balloons, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
And a bear.
And here's a bear that came in for the circus. The bears. And he's in front of George's. If it's 929 Boardwalk, that's between Maryland and Virginia.
Rolling chairs started out for health reasons, for paraplegics and people with problems, and the single chair was a main feature.
He's outside the Apollo.
And your own little baby carriages could be taken about the place.
It's a baby parade on Garden Pier.
And more stores. There was a lot of stores featured throughout the boardwalk, as it is today, but there were more, each with a different item, kind of like the Ocean One, all called different names.
This is under the Richards Bath Pavilion. Everybody liked that pavilion because they had rocking chairs. They didn't have regular pavilion seats.
And boats would wreck up on the beach.
Right. They had rocking chairs.
That's stored on the beach.
All right, no problem.
So we can keep on going. Hello. There's the cabanas, or the beach chairs in line with a sort of a canvas umbrella across the top.
Steeplechase Pier in the background.
All right,
Here's
Glare
another
Man.
shot of Pennsylvania Avenue.
Glare Man. Okay, look at that.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania Avenue, I guess, after
Look
they
at
got
that.
done doing that construction in the previous picture.
All right, they put it in there, and there's the seaside on the right. The guy that started the postcards, picture postcards, owned that seaside right there.
All right, and here's Mr. Gowdy years ago.
There's a sand artist.
Chuck Gowdy, Charlie. Yeah. Very good. They got too elaborate, and I think they walked themselves off the beach. What do you think? There are the kids digging the china.
Right, he's digging a hole. He's in it.
On the way home.
This is after the arcade got built in front of the Haddon Hall.
Notice the horses with the carriages on the back. That was great for Easter.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? Inside the Hygeia pool.
There it is.
Okay. You can speak, man. What's your problem?
I'm just watching.
Okay, you keep your hands on that. Here's a couple
Put
ads.
the picture on the screen.
Hygeia pool. Okay. Very good. Nice.
I think there was more to it. I think that was the woman's poster, and then the men.
Okay.
Over here, see,
Hygeia.
they try
Oh,
to
I
attract
see.
men and women to the Hygeia pools.
Saltwater baths, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go, a couple of guys
They're outside a restaurant.
on the board. Look at the planks.
Yeah, they use more than a 2x4. They look like 4x6s.
Now they got so hip about it, they nail them, they screw them, everything's goofy, huh? Here's the plane. Tremendous. All right, now here's one of the best shots anybody's going to see.
From the roof of the St. Charles.
Okay, with the
Let's
little
get the
bit of the
glare
glare
off.
out. Look at that.
Look at that shot. That's what the beaches look, the Virginia and Maryland Avenue, the Pennsylvania Avenue, all the way down to about South Carolina.
Central Pier, Tennessee.
That was out there. Look at that beach. That was really fabulous.
And somebody was looking for the vote for suffrage. Okay.
That's a guy, he says, if you're not for woman to vote, you are against your mother. This property is owned by a man who loved his mother. Vote for woman suffrage. And that really looks like on the land that the Haddon Hall's Arcade was built on, if that's the Strand in the background in Pennsylvania.
What's love got to do with it?
There they
you
are
go.
on the beach again at States Avenue. It looks like a rescue or something happened.
Yeah, something happened.
Big crowd. Oh, Independence Day, July the 4th.
All right.
Right.
Steeplechase Pier, front door.
There's Steeplechase's front door. That was pretty wild. Now we're showing you these pictures because it's better detail, but all of these are the proofs of the regular pictures that were made into postcards. That's why
Hello. Frozen
that.
Gardener's Basin.
Gardeners Basin all frozen over.
Ice cream and ices.
That's
And
wild.
since the airplane was a good feature of the resort, and so was horses, as a carriage for the back of the horse and donkey.
They're alongside the Steeplechase Pier Coca-Cola sign.
Steeplechase Pier.
Isn't that
Central
Steeplechase?
Whatever. And, you know, they used to race from coast to coast with automobiles when they became real popular. There's the way the Roaring Twenties, that's the way they used to freak out.
And them planks are pretty big for a bull outfit, that's all right.
I'll tell you, that may be near an end of a dock or something. Something different. There you go, little rafts. I didn't like it when the city started to allow all them boogie boards and everything everywhere and everywhere.
Could run into bathers.
Right, no flying objects, and that's all you see down there.
Anybody that remembers taking a little horse and pony ride on the beach in the carts has to remember that. That was absolutely fabulous. Every Easter you went up there and did that. What people don't know is these are the carts that used to come out of the back of the United States Hotel on a little rail cart to keep the donkey in line, and you would take him to the beach and then come back to him, and he'll take you back to the hotel up and down States Avenue.
That's when all the presidents and vice presidents and congressmen and senators and everybody visited the city with this large crowd.
Right.
At Steel Pier, right?
And the Steel Pier from the Virginia Theater marquee.
There's people in front of Steel Pier. Here's no people in front of Steel
There's
Pier.
the difference there.
You know why? Everybody's on the pier now in the rain.
It's raining, yeah. Any day. What was it called? Rain or shine?
Rain or shine.
A vacation in itself. There's a little garden pier party.
Little party, the garden party. Kids are having a blast. And then America was a major theme because John Philip Sousa was the great band leader, and he was Mr. Steel Pier's band.
Man, they were getting wilder than the hippies of the 60s there.
Are you allowed to wear the... Yeah, I
Oh,
guess.
they were wearing the flag. They didn't argue over it. They just wore it.
Right. It doesn't matter as long as you believe in...
As long as you're in a rolling chair on the boardwalk in Atlantic City.
That's nice here. I like that
Look
one.
at that. That's a nice
The
shot.
elaborate handiwork
This
on that.
guy, he's been down the beach for a while. In his
Now,
hat.
here's more votes for women. There must have been a political element here.
There's a vote for women's suffrage.
Suffrage novelties and domestic...
All right, domestic
Things.
items and little knickknacks and stuff. When was the vote for suffrage? 20s? The 1919s?
1912, maybe?
Right, there's
something like
another
that.
boardwalk parade on the garden pier.
See, voting was starting to be talked about a lot there because in 1912 they first started to elect senators. They were just merely appointed up the
The
Bijou
Bijou Theater. Which one was that?
I have no idea.
All right, that could have been any one of a number of them.
They're going in there with big heavy coats,
Yes,
so
they
it
are.
must be winter time.
All right.
And here's the guys that won the lifeguard row, whatever given year that was.
The first rowing of the doubles. And this was the winning row team, Atlantic City Lifeguards. Who are them two guys?
Oh, I don't know.
It's written right there.
Oh, right here? It's written right there? Owen Cantlana and Don Riddle.
Don Riddle and Owen Kalana.
Hello.
And here we are. Here's a demonstration out in front of 31 North Virginia Avenue.
That's like a Virginia and Arctic facing
Right.
the beach, right?
Yeah, the tack bar is right behind the flag here, wasn't it? Well, this is really early. But there's Virginia Avenue. Check the way the train tracks are into the street. They were
Everywhere.
like mended right in there.
Everywhere.
And how many? There's 48 states.
Maybe that's Lita Hall right there. She began
Right.
photographing the world that she lived in, the beach and bulwark of Atlantic City, from the inlet to Chelsea, strangers and friends and everything you can think of. A friend handed her a camera one day, and she photographed herself to be part of the record of this community, and she continued to take pictures throughout her life. And what happened was she recorded a generous and decent place, landscapes, seascapes, and everything else that has since passed. Bathing suits, boardwalks, beach, theaters, rolling chairs, horses, planes, everything that was flying around Atlantic City, she took a photograph of. Like John said, she lived right above the Virginia Theater in an apartment, and she took pictures both ways. Very good pictures, and she did a very good job. And we want to thank her for today, making the first half of our show a fantastic show. And how many photographs do you think she took there? About, well, what do you think that was, about 80
I have no
maybe?
idea. It was enough shows.
Okay.
To give people a perspective, after you got past Garden Pier, though, you have to remember that the beach went that way.
Wasn't there. I mean,
Right.
was there or wasn't there? Was where it
Well,
was.
it angled more to the left than it does today. You can see, like here would be Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, Rhode Island avenues. And you can see what happens. There's the lighthouse right here. And the ocean crossed the side of it, as you can see.
So she didn't have many pictures of lifeguards. Do you want to
No.
add to that? No?
Not really.
Well, what would you like to do now, Mr. Co-director host man?
Well, what I wanted to do is show that we found another pier.
We did, but
We
nobody
found another
knows
pier,
about
and
it.
nobody knows about it.
Or this map is wrong. Which way do you want to say it? The
Well,
map is wrong,
I don't
you're
think
wrong?
the map is wrong, but if you look closely,
Now, you
you
gotta
can see-
indicate where we're at now.
no, there's no way to do it.
Where's the pointers?
I have no idea.
John, the pointers.
All right, well, we forgot the pointers again.
Well,
I have to point that out to you. But if you can look at the map, you can see down here at Texas Avenue, you absolutely have a pier right there.
now who says what street's that?
I say Texas is the way I look at it.
Okay, looks like Texas.
All right, well,
What pier's that?
it'd have
Nobody
to
knows?
be Texas Avenue Pier, or whatever they called it, because you can see the $1 Million Pier and the little snub-nosed piece that would have been the West Jersey, right?
Fantastic.
Right.
What would
And,
you like to show?
Well, it depends on the amount of time. I don't want to start a big section.
How about the Beach Patrol? We have some...
Let's see it.
Here you go. Here's the Beach Patrol. We know about the Beach Patrol. They save lives, don't they?
Well, we can show old beach patrol shots. How's
Why not?
that? Well, no, this is modern beach patrol. Homemades. So let's see what we got here.
Homemade Beach Patrol?
Homemade beach patrol.
We're going to have to draw down.
Oh, we got to draw down a
There
whole
the
lot.
ladies here.
There
Maria's
we
right
go.
with us. There you go.
Closer, 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 closer. Take that wood out, and we got her.
There you go. On screen.
There you go.
Perfect. WWAC-TV.
So here,
Okay, we're ready to flip through. There is, who is it?
I think it's Alan Law. I know they mentioned who it is, but I forgot to read.
Could be any of those stars of the Beach Patrol.
Well, that's the Steel Pier. That's the Pennsylvania Avenue Beach. This is a boat that got loose under the pier.
Here's a boat that got loose.
He's
under
in
the
big
pier.
trouble.
Is that a lifeguard? After the beach party or
I
something?
don't know what happened to
The
him.
first lifesaver, circa 1857.
And some of it's very difficult to see. You have to use your
Oarsmen.
imagination.
No problem. We have a lot of things going, and I'm being rushed by the editor. There's a protected beach and bathers, resorts, lifeguards. We like to put these little collages together. They look very good on screen, full photo, boy, fantastic.
Right. These
When
are
the whistle
homemade.
blows, they save lives, don't they?
Yeah, they have to.
Hundreds of runs every day. It's fantastic. There's more of that beach, late 1940s.
Riding the ponies.
Now let's see who we have
These
here.
are the guys that start at the Round the Island Swim. That's Jim Toomey, Huff Farley, Dick Jackson, a few other people.
Okay, very good. And then lifeguards and beauty queens, I think it kind of goes together.
Bathing beauties. Here's a Kentucky Avenue tent.
Kentucky Avenue tent.
There it is.
How about that?
It's a crowd out there. And
That's
I got a
very
picture
nice.
of some local guys. I think these are all brothers.
This is a team of brothers.
The Tracys.
Look at
They're
that.
Atlantic City Beach
Mark,
Patrol
Bill,
guys
Dick,
forever.
George, and Bobby.
This guy, I'm not going to tell Dennis Ford Jr. who this is, but it's Dennis
it?
Ford Sr.
No kidding, he was a puncher, huh?
Right, there's how you look when you're
And is-
young, and
is this
here's how
Chief
you
Ford?
stay in shape, and there's Chief Ford.
Hey, maybe that is Denny Ford. Who knows?
Who's this guy? Any local
looks
guys know
like-
this guy?
Looks like Joe Grady.
Is that Joe Grady?
And
Yeah.
here's 3 more local guys who are grown men now.
Oh, here it is. What's his name? The guy
Frank
in the middle.
Kelly in the middle.
Frank Kelly's on the side.
Oh, okay.
This other guy used to walk the beach every day. They called him Dick Dick.
And my buddy Mancruso, that would be the councilman's brother. Here's 3 guys.
There's Sandy Marandino. This
On
is
the
for
right.
all the bank tellers in
Mathematical head.
Summit and Ventnor Heights.
Right, he had a
Seashore Liquor.
He had a fine store at the corner of Mississippi or Georgia and Atlantic for
Georgia.
many years.
Robert
Hey,
Panalina
there you
worked for
go.
him as his clerk.
There you go, look at that. Shooting the waves.
That's a shot.
Heading out. Don't rush me, man. Okay, here's
is it?
Frank Kelly and Butch Joseph. They were champions
That's
of the
right.
row many, many years.
Right.
Strong.
Right.
And, of course, Michael Ruley. He was a leader down there. He's a fireman today.
Right, he's right on that.
He's ready to go out of the boat there, bro. Who's this, Kineski? I don't know.
That's
Is that-
Carl Peterson.
Oh,
I heard.
Carl Peterson?
Or his
Lloyd
brother.
Kineski?
Lloyd
Okay.
Kineski, I don't know who that is.
All right, we don't know who we have here, but they're
There are
there.
Atlantic City boats in front of the other boats. That's all we care about.
Yeah, Atlantic City's beating Margate.
There's a couple mascots allowed to shoot some seas.
They're ready to walk out of the boat right there. They've
Right,
won.
they're ready to step right out of the boat.
They won. Here's Atlantic City winning again.
Yeah, boat number 4.
That's Alan Moss on the left, isn't
All
it?
right, I think it's Alan Moss and someone.
Here's Paul Money and Frank Kelly in their 83 doubles championship. How about that?
They're pulling, man. It's good.
They're absolutely going at it, man. Pardon my hand. And we're going to keep going. Here is the actual interior of a lifeguard boat with Alan Moss on the left there. What's the sense of that photo? Oh, the Van Dyne boat.
Van Dyne
there
boat.
It is there with the logo.
All right, that's when they went all fiberglass.
Okay.
Here's that crew.
Here's Alan Moss and Mike Castellani.
That's right, that's Rocky's kid.
That's right, they're winners. Look at that, you can tell.
There's Alan.
Bad guys from the 60s of
Here's when the
Atlantic
force
City.
was at its top in numbers, about 189 guys.
Atlantic City was a great place. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. Okay, very good. Now here's where Mike got in trouble. No,
Hey, Mike, did you?
here's Jim, the land shark Ernst, with Susan Summers when he
Susan.
won Mr. Beach Patrol.
What's she on now? Candid Camera.
Candid Camera.
All right, who's this? Oh,
That's my
there's Charlie.
Charlie Draper.
Charlie Draper, Lisa Winook,
And a number of other ladies.
Number of other
Palmisano
ladies,
girl,
yeah.
I think.
local girls.
Here's business administrator, chief of the beach, marine recruiter, bonesman.
Is that Bob Levy?
Bob Levy.
Bob Levy, Beach
All right.
Patrol chief, and that's him on the right rowing.
Yeah, he bad. He bad now too. He's still bad.
He's all right. Levy Oil.
Yeah, way back.
Like father, like son, like daughter. There's Robert Quigley and his daughter Kelly.
Well, that's why you're working for the city. Robert Quigley,
is the
Public
man who
Works.
hired me.
the first time.
Yeah.
Here's some more. Okay, there's a few guys in there. I can't read them all. Let the
All right.
people read them. We're good. If you can catch some of these names, start
catch
doing your
some of
speed reading. Here's Elmer Draper, Charlie Draper, Johnny Grace, George Nami. We have a couple minutes to go. Chuck LaBar in there, Sal Palestina, all the Drapers.
Right.
Norman's even in there. Joe Sykes,
Here's all the Sarkises, the Rushes, and
McKnights, the Doctor, the Rush, the Brown, the Sarkis,
right, the
Dark-
Galleys,
all the
everybody.
Rushes.
It's a local thing.
This is local thing. There's
That's right.
83 it had to be.
Right.
Well, we have some quick ones. We only have a couple of minutes. Catch them as they go. Time's coming
Another
down.
season. Another season.
Time's coming down. Here's Lee.
Now here's some of them.
Murph,
Try to pick out some faces for yourselves because we can't name everybody.
Here you go. We're coming through the list. We're coming down to the end of time, too. We have 1 minute to go. We're
All
going to
right.
end this show just flipping out through these cards. There.
That's it.
There's Bobby McDevitt on the left.
Yeah.
Schreidner.
That's his
Hannick.
father.
Oh yeah, Fred Burwell, Sarkis.
All right, we got about 4 more cards to go.
Brevity, Festa, Pergamon, Castellani. Check them out. Why we're going. We're almost off the air today. There's the mayor today, I must say. Tom Doy also.
As well.
Garbett, Lashley. They're all in city government now. That's where to be, in government.
Right. Remember, if these guys didn't want you to be a lifeguard, when you took the test, they filled your boat up with water. You rode around with 200 pounds of water, and you never got on the guard.
Great being a lifeguard in Atlantic City for years and years and years.
That's right. That's the modern day.
When our theme comes on, we go off. Lambrakis, that must be the sun. Timmy Mancuso, Buddy Friel, everybody. What's this? Who's this? What is this?
That's John. It's upside down. It's John Freihofer. There he is.
John Freihofer, the man who brought back the Around the Island swim.
That's right.
By going the opposite direction and almost taking it to Margate, freaked Atlantic City into bringing it back.
Listen to this. I may be wrong, but I think this is Bobby McDevitt, the president of Local 54 right now, when he was a young kid. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And that would be it. Back to us.
Hey, thank you. Listen, we thought you'd like that local shot, all you local guys. You're stars now all over South Jersey. This is the greatest show on television. Tape it, tell everyone, read the credits on the way out.
New York has its lady, San Francisco the Bay, Paris has its tower, London its queen. The town I was born in might change from old to new. That's something I must tell you. I've got sand in my shoes. I'll never leave Atlantic City. I'll never go too far away. I'll never leave Atlantic City. On the boardwalk, the song, people come every day, take in the salt air, walk on its beaches, might ride in rolling chairs. When they look at the brand new, think of the old days, things they used to do. Atlantic City, my hometown, I won't forget Atlantic City. I'll never leave